Good morning, this is Nicholas from Gandor Gaming, and today I bring you guys my yellow Katakuri deck profile posed structured deck 20. This is the last of the leaders to get a structure deck. If you don't know, if you haven't been following my videos, 6 leaders got structure decks from OP03 all the way to 20, and obviously we've had some really good ones. Blue Dolphy, OP017 is one of the best decks. Green Uta has huge potential as OP016s. And of course, all the new Whitebeard cards at OP015 are fantastic. Smoker might be a cool new rogue deck for the black archetype as of OP019, or at least structure deck 19. And then, of course, finally, Purple Luffy. I think that one's a little overpriced, but that is also structure deck 18. But yeah, let's get straight into deck profile. Now, I will say there's one card in here that should be a different card. I just don't own that card, so you're just going to have to bear with me. So first things first, we have Katakuri here. He's one dog. When attacking, look at either the top or bottom of either player's life. Then you get to choose either leave it on the top or put it on the bottom. Very strong leader. He also gains 1,000 power when you do this effect, so he's actually swinging 7k every turn, which gets a lot of cards out of your opponent's hand and is a very disgusting ability. Let's now talk about the reason why you play this leader. Ten Mom herself. This card is an absolute unit. Your leader needs to be a Big Mom Pirates, which luckily Katakuri is. And this card literally says, on play, you gain a life and your opponent mandatory trashes a life, which is absolutely insane. This card literally says, hey, not only am I healing myself for the next turn, but I'm also ripping one of your life away. I'm trashing your life, meaning if I get you down to 0, I'm just putting you on. You better have it. And the fact that these are going to be stacked, going 10 Mom, 10 Mom, 10 Mom throughout the turns, can just completely rip out your opponent's life and ruin their entire day. I've been stacked multiple times in duels just by her alone, and she is a very evil card. And yeah, let's keep going. Next, we have 7k Linlin. Linlin's absolutely insane. Now, she's not as good as a 10 drop. She gives you the opponent the option, basically a he or she, basically says, hey, you either give me a life or you lose a life on play, which is pretty solid. Usually your opponent's going to be either taking a life, or if they think like you need to, they're not going to be able to survive or give you a life, which is really, really good because you are a yellow leader. So you do play triggers, which can really ruin their day. Next, we're playing 2 Charlotte Linlin. This is a brand new card. This card's absolutely amazing. The only reason we're playing as a 2 of is because, yes, it's good, but it's not the greatest thing. You're only ever playing 1 to 2 of them a duel. It's a 6 cost 7k that says on play. You trash 1 card from your hand. Then your opponent has to choose between 2 options. Either they trash 2 cards from their hand or they trash 1 life. The reason why we don't play as many of her as the other ones is, one, she's the weakest of the bunch. She's a 7k 6, so black decks can easily kill her. 2, yes, she does allow you to rip 2 cards out of your opponent's hand, but she has no counter herself, and she requires you to trash a card from your own hand, which is a really, really devastating effect to yourself. You're technically minusing 2 to hopefully minus your opponent, and it's not always the best to play her. So that's why I'm playing her as a 2-0. She's pretty solid overall. Next, we're playing 4 copies of Whitebeard. I don't think we should be playing Whitebeard. This is the one card that's a caveat. I think this card should definitely be the yellow, what's he called, Nami from Egghead Island, the Egghead Nami. I think the card is way better. This could also be the 5 cost Sky Pia card that pops a card based on life. This could easily be that as well. Personally, I think Newgate is more of a Big Mom card. This card basically says on play, you add a top card of your life to your hand. Then you place a card from the top of your deck to your life, and then you like rearrange your life whatever order you want. So basically allows you to stack your life, but your leader already does that. So personally, this is just a little like icing on the top. It's a 6/7, which is not bad, but it has a 1,000 counter. It's not a bad card. I just think it's a little intuitive since your leader is already doing what this card's doing throughout the game. So personally, I would switch this out for the Nami 5 cost. It says trash 1 card. Then you have 3 or less cards in hand. Basically KO a, not only you get to KO a 4,000 or less character, but you also get to draw 1, which is really, really good. Next, let's talk about the new card. This card's absolutely insane. Charlotte Katakuri, the new 5 cost 6k blocker, 1,000 counter. Basically, during the main phase, once a turn, you may add 1 rested dawn to a character on the field by basically flipping up the top life, which is not even bad in Katakuri. And basically, this card says, hey, you flip up your life with this card, give one rested Dawn to your leader. Then with your leader swing, you can determine if you want to leave that card on top of your life or put it on the bottom of your life, however you want to. And that's actually a really, really solid ability. Not to mention, it's a 5/6 blocker. It's just a really fantastic card. Yellow is in desperate need of some blockers, and this card is just really, really good. And it's generic too, so why not play it? Next, we're playing 4 copies of Cracker. I think this is the best 4-cost Big Mom Pirate card. This card is just absolutely insane. If your life points are lower than your opponent, it gains 1,000 power if you put a Dawn on it. Not to mention, it has Banish when you have less life, which is an absolutely stupid... Oh, it doesn't have Banish. It has double attack. My apologies. Not to mention, it's a trigger off life, which is really, really good, and ultimately a fantastic card. We're also playing 4 copies of Sanji. This card is one of the best support cards for the Big Mom Pirates. It's a 4/5 blocker that is an easy trigger off life. Trash your card from hand to play it. It's just a really, really great card. The last of the trigger monsters that we're playing is 4 copies of Parasparrow. Parasparrow is just a really, really solid card. Basically says, hey, when I get KO'd by card effect or by battle, you get to add a Big Mom Pirates type card on top of your deck to your hand. It looks at the top 3, I believe, which is pretty solid. And it still has the same trigger effect, which is really, really good. This card would be a lot better for that counter, but it's still a pretty solid card. Next, let's talk about the 2Ks. We're playing a shit ton. We're playing 4 copies of Capone Gay Beige. This card is absolutely amazing. You can easily stack this on top or bottom of your life, however you want it. And it's just a really, really great card. And its trigger says one of your opponent's characters or leaders cannot attack, which should definitely win you games. We're also playing 4 copies of Charlotte Adamine. This card could easily be, if you're playing the Nami, this card could easily be the Brulee 2K that comes out of the structure decks. I'm personally not playing it just because I wanted to have a whole shiny deck. Every card in here is like a shiny card or a super rare or higher. That's the only reason why I'm not playing that card. But if you want to optimize this list, I will not be playing Charlotte Arlene because she doesn't have a trigger. I'll be playing the Brulee instead, even though you will never use that trigger, which is trigger effect is literally just looking at the top or bottom of either player's life and stacking it however you want. It's still a 2K. It's still a Big Mom Pirate. It's just a common, so I didn't want to play it. Next, we're playing 4 copies of the Sanji. This card is searchable, which is pretty solid. Not to mention, it's just another 2K, which is really, really good. Honestly, this could be any Big Mom's 2K, but it's pretty solid. Not to mention, it has a really good on attacking effect. You put 2 Dawn on it. When attacking, you add a top card of your life or bottom of your life to your hand. Then, you get to basically add 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards, which is a really, really solid effect. Really, really strong and really, really impressive. Finally, playing 4 copies of Onami. This card's absolutely insane. On play, give a leader or character banish. Not to mention, it's a trigger, kills a 5 cost or less, which is absolutely insane. One of the best cards in the game. And then finally, playing 4 copies of Charlotte Pudding. This is the searcher for the deck. It looks at the top 4 cards of your deck, and then adds a Big Mom Pirates type card for your deck to hand. That is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoy. Again, the only things I would probably change is that I'd switch that out for the Egghead Nami, and I'd probably switch this out for the the 2K counter Brulee, which is basically just a common. That's the only reason I didn't want to put it in the list because I wanted very shiny cards. But if you want to optimize it, I would definitely play the Brulee instead. But that's it. Hope you all enjoy. Don't think it's stupid. See you on the next one, and bye-bye.